Hey, Scott James Gooch.
Ooh.
How are you?
Yeah, not bad. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, I've got a repeat going on here somewhere. Been testing out so many things that I now have. Oh, I think it's there. Is it that one? Yeah. Boom. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Scott James Gooch. Lovely to see you here.
Oh, hello.
Just waiting for the others to turn up, and then we will start shortly. Tonight, we're going to do a April Fool's Idiot Win special, which is just a normal episode, because that's
Yeah.
pretty much what we do anyway.
That's the April Fools of it.
Yeah, it's a good one. So we've got some other participants. Makes it sound like there's a prize if they're contestants, which they're most certainly not.
Victims.
Victims. And then if anybody wants to join us for some games afterwards, Scott, will you play some games with me afterwards?
Yeah, of course.
Excellent. We're going to we are triple streaming tonight on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. Facebook has a lag, so we can't play. So we'll kill the Facebook feed for the games, but Twitch and Google are more or less real time. So if anyone would like to play, we're going to play the Jackbox Party Pack, and I thought we might play Jackbox Party Pack 4 tonight, widely considered to be the one that was not quite as good as the rest, but there's still a couple of good games in there, so we'll play those. And everybody is very welcome to join us. Anyone can join in just by watching our Twitch channel and joining in. Prana and Aja, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah. Thank you.
Nice to see you. Mark Womersley.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm quite red with the reflection of your idiot windscreen, apparently.
How are you, Danielle O'Hara?
Good, thank you very much. Just hanging out to the 1970s shopping music.
Yeah, nice. Do you mind if I rename you to Danny O'Hara?
From what?
Danny.
What would
Just so people.
What was I named before?
I've done it. You were named Danny. I just want people to, if people want to book you for their events, then they'll know how to Google you, won't they?
Oh, we're doing that type of thing.
Yeah. I don't know what that type of thing is, but yes. Okay, I'm gonna kill the music, I'm afraid, for everyone who was enjoying that.
Hello, Scott.
Hello,
Oh,
everybody. All right, I've just got a few things to do. I'm gonna do some social media tweeting that we're about to go live. And we already have 3 people watching us, although I think one of those is me. But that's okay.
Are there other 2 people then?
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
have a
people.
link?
For what?
A link for the live thingy?
Yeah, it's on our
people.
Facebook page. Idiot Wind. I mean, yes. It's either a Twitch channel or I'll put it in the chat. Which would you like? Which Facebook or YouTube? We're triple streaming tonight.
Any that you've got. I'll take
Okay.
all you've got, and
You always do.
yeah. And toilet rolls.
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page. Oh, I'm just getting that back from someone. Who is that? Who
It's
hasn't
me.
got headphones in? That's you, Scott. That's all right. We'll let you off.
I've got my phone on me.
Oh yes, I can see it now.
I just pasted it.
Thank
I just pasted it. Almost. You almost said that before I pasted it. It's incredible. Incredible skills. So yeah. So we're live streaming now. I was saying to people, for those who want to, don't worry if you want to shoot off. I know, Prana, it's tricky to sit down for long periods of time. I totally get that. Go and exercise your butt. But for those who want to hang around, I mean, that sounded weird. I didn't mean that. For those that want to hang around, me and Scott and anyone else who wants to are going to play some games on our Twitch and YouTube streams after this. So audience can take part in that, or any of the panelists are very welcome as well. We're just waiting for Matthew. He's cutting it fine. Has he just sent me something? Oh, he has. Around.
You want to put the music?
He's sending me messages. Would you like to sing us a song, Prana?
No, I was just trying to put it over Danny's music.
Whoa, it's going to kick off
Wow.
tonight.
No, it was beautiful.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But also, it wasn't awful either. God, what a way to start.
Oof, dear, I have to split you 2 up.
Take it back. I don't want to be on her team.
I asked Danny just before we started who she wanted on her team, and she said, "Oh, I'll have Prana."
Yeah.
I still
Oh.
want me.
Oh, it's all gone wrong. The days of lockdown are getting to us all.
I've just seen Prana. How could she be already fed up with me? It's just been like 10 seconds.
So it takes Dan.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't mean that. I think Scott said it, to be honest with you.
What? I said nothing of the sort.
No, Scott doesn't say stuff like that, Chris. We're all aware of that.
What sort of thing does Scott say?
Nice things.
Does he?
Funny things.
Oh, does he?
Pleasant things.
Oh, I didn't like this.
Informational things.
He's a wealth of knowledge. I'll give you that. He knows a thing or two.
I've been called worse.
Yeah. I can certainly imagine you have.
What's the picture behind your head?
What's that?
Harley Quinn from Batman.
Oh, interesting. It's quite nice from here. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, yeah. Is it a poster, is it?
Yeah, well, yeah. So like,
Hmm.
it's like a proper picture.
A proper
There's a-
picture.
Well, poster's a picture, I guess. It's a framed picture.
Yeah. It's a picture in a frame. I
Yeah.
like it. We've lost Mark. Where's Mark gone? He has decided he doesn't
No,
want
Mark
to
is
hang.
there. I can see Mark. We're
Okay.
waiting for Matthew.
Well, yes.
Do
I
they
can
will
see
be
his. I can
starting-
see Matt's box from here.
Mm.
Ha, da, 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 da.
So do post on the socials if you can.
Already done.
Of course, Scott, you are the best.
I've just shared it.
Doesn't mean I'll get any viewers from it.
Oh, Scott, it's okay. How many friends have you got?
What,
I
in
mean, you're all here tonight.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, that's nice. Because I didn't really consider Scott a friend, but now I do.
I was just going to do the "This Is Your Life" music, but I realised that I'd probably the only one, or no, maybe a couple of you might remember it as well. But
Matt's having some technical issues. Oh, we've got two Matt Haywards.
I know it existed.
do, do, do.
Oh,
Hey, so is everybody good? Everybody happy? Everybody full of excitement? Do we need a warm up? Do we need an energizer? Is everyone raring to go? Woo! Yeah!
Yeah.
Amazing! Whoa, we're gonna do
Whoa, whoa,
podcasts
whoa.
and stuff. Yeah! Go on, rev up the audience. This is when we hook them in. Mark, do your hello, Matthew Hayward.
Hello.
Yay! Lovely to see you. There from Matthew Corner. Matthew Corner's looking lovely. Danny's really tired.
Oh.
Goodness, people, come on! I've got a coffee with Bailey's in it. Woo!
what? Hang on a minute.
I made it secretly. It was a last minute thought, Danny. I didn't want to disrupt your pre. I can't talk. Your pre-show.
Right. That would
Didn't want to
have been
disrupt your.
quite a
Pre-show
nice
Pre-show
thing.
crap.
What did you want? A tea with Bailey's in it.
Yeah, it'd be
Right.
really nice.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
I'll go make you one.
I
Matt's
will.
still fiddling around.
Wait till the end of the show.
No, the kettle's still. Yeah, because you'll just get pissed and go to sleep halfway through the episode.
yeah,
You don't want that. You don't
let's,
take very much. Danny's
yeah.
very sensitive to alcohol.
This is actually true. Let's leave that for a little bit.
All right.
Oh,
Danny can go
right.
to a beer festival and just get drunk on tasters.
Well, most people do
Hey.
that, don't they?
Is that what you do, Prana?
I thought everyone did that.
No. Not real men. Oh, God.
Well, clearly,
Um,
I'm not a real man.
You're not, and probably that's a good thing. I don't know, Pran, if you can get any closer to your microphone. You're just a little bit distant. Like the video's okay, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm splitting feathers, being pernickety. Splitting feathers? Is that a phrase? Don't think so.
It can be.
It
You
is
can make it
now.
a phrase.
Bloody well is now. Okay, is everyone ready?
Not quite.
Oh, Matthew.
Hang on, I need to plug my
Matthew.
phone in or it'll run out.
There's always one, isn't there? And it's always bloody Matthew.
Correct. Oh, I don't
wanna
know. Cancel.
Mark, do you have
There
a
we go.
pre-show message to our audience?
What message?
A pre-show message?
Oh yes, don't leave.
Or what will happen?
We will haunt you.
We
Wow.
will haunt you.
Hang on a sec.
We'll haunt you. Oh,
I don't know whether to close my window or not.
I'm a bit hot. I was thinking of opening mine.
Well, split the difference. Should we swap rooms?
Yeah, I'm going to open mine. Hang on.
And this is the caliber of stuff you can look forward to.
I'm reluctant to stand up because I've got no trousers on. No, I have got trousers on. They're not appropriate trousers.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I could have done that really.
Chris is changing his trousers.
And now that was 4.
He's swapping with Danny.
Now, if we just get rid of Matt.
There you go.
Chris, we've lost you.
So I
Hey,
closed the
back.
window. I'm back. Matt, did you see that there's a extra bonus thing for you in the final round?
I did not see anything that you sent me.
Okay, have a look at the final round. Just right, you got the whole first part of the show to read the final round. And as usual, Matthew, do that thing where you post the thing and the thing periodically.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the links for that. Do you have links for that yet?
Yeah,
No.
I do. I have the.
Okay.
Oh, that looks wrong, doesn't it?
We're professionals.
Well, we're not, are we? We're absolutely useless. I've made a background in the wrong place again. I swear to God, things keep changing when I'm not looking. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Can't see your background.
Danny, do you have any? Would you like to talk to our audience while I piddle around?
Oh, yeah. Okay, of course. So, yeah, I'm busy, taking time to do things. Read a book about, I've forgotten his name. What was the book I read yesterday? Interesting guy.
Me,
Oh,
Phil Spector.
Phil Spector.
The murderer, Phil Spector.
Yes, I didn't realise he was a murderer. But anyone who's interested in music of the Phil Spector probably would find this book quite interesting. Some of the chapters were interesting. Talked in detail about echo and stuff like that, which as a non-musician, I had no idea what he meant.
He's famous for the old wall of sound, wasn't he, Phil Spector?
Yeah. And this was a book of essays of other people who had interviewed him or worked with him. There was someone from the Ramones in there. I say that because that sounds like that's important, but I don't know who they are either.
You can pretend that you do.
Well, I know it's on a t-shirt a lot of times.
Okay, yes, there's lots of Ramones t-shirts. Okay, there is mostly what they are, to be honest, is t-shirt manufacturers. Matthew, I pasted the tip jar link into the thing. It's also behind me now. Look, people can support the show if they want to. By going to ko-fi.com/idiotwind. Okay, if everybody's ready, I think we should do a panel show podcast.
Yeah.
That's certainly what I'm here for.
Ooh.
Don't know about anyone else.
Absolutely not. Okay. Yeah.
Matthew's in the wrong room.
Okay. So
I'm going to play the music, and if you can't hear the music when I start dancing, please let me know.
where did you put the link?
In the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Got it?
No.
Click the chat button.
Da, 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 da. Go back to Zoom. Oh, but that's on my phone. I can't copy it, can I?
Well, I'll paste it into the messenger chat if you want.
Yes, please.
All right, not a problem, old boy. Not
Thank you.
a problem. All right, it's time. It's Idiot Wins! Yes. Welcome to Idiot Wind, the panel show podcast made for idiots by idiots. Welcome to our special apocalypse episodes because we're all stuck inside and some of us can't stay awake. So I'm going to put the camera on me so that Danny O'Hara isn't visible, yawning immediately. Don't worry, the show will be exciting. That is no indication. She's just worked very hard in the garden. I hope you're all having a reasonable lockdown, hiding away as we are. I hope you're getting your daily exercise. I hope you're washing everything constantly. We're here to entertain over the next 40 minutes or something like that with our usual brand of nonsense. It's April Fool's Day, so we thought we'd do an episode today. I was going to do an April Fool's special, then all about fools, and then I realized that actually that's what we do anyway. The difference between fools and idiots is, well, I don't really know what the difference is actually. Matthew, do you have any? Can we have an early visit to Matthew Corner to get a definition of fools and idiots?
Yeah. Well, an idiot is generally a term, an insulting term to describe someone who has perceived low intelligence, whereas a fool is what's bound to happen if you leave banana skin at the top of a flight of stairs.
Thank you for that, Matthew. Thank you very much. Yeah, so there we go. So I was going to do a like a full special, but actually that's pretty much everything that we do anyway. So that's the April Fool. Is that our April Fool episode isn't any different to our normal episodes. I think I might have like 2 questions about fools or something like that. So count yourself lucky. Good. Let's meet the teams. We have our usual team captains here. And first of all, we'll go over and say hello to Danielle O'Hara. Danny, how are you?
Good, thank you very much. I had a great day. Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, I did run a children's online drama session, and what I learned from that is when you play hide and seek, even whilst it's online, children might get stuck behind the sofa.
Right.
So therefore, my risk assessment for this game now has changed.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you think that there's not really many dangers when you're running online things,
Yeah,
but
because
it's
they're in their own property. And then when you say,
Yeah.
"Can you get out?" and you get this little voice saying, "No, I'm stuck. Get Daddy."
Oh dear, did anyone die or was it?
Oh no, thank God.
okay.
But I did have a moment where I was really like, "Oh, well, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how to get Daddy." Daddy's
good.
had a crafty one.
Okay, and joining Danny on Danny's team tonight is all of the way from about a mile away. It's Prana Aneja.
Hello.
Hello, Prana. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, thank you. You?
How is your lockdown going?
Quite well actually. I did actually sing happy birthday while washing the broccoli right now.
Was it the broccoli's birthday? Had you had it that long?
Well, I was just making sure I was washing it for 20 seconds.
Yeah, very good, very good. I think they could have done better than that. Happy birthday is such a dirge. Like no party has ever been improved by the singing of Happy Birthday. It's just a real. In fact, it zaps all of the fun. Everyone's having a great time. Woo, 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 woo. And then a cake comes out. Happy birthday. I don't. It's more of a funeral
Yeah.
song,
Well, the broccoli was going to die anyway, so.
right? So you were doing it a favor. Well, that's because it had been yanked out of the ground and transported to your kitchen. All right, thank you, Prana. Facing them tonight is team captain, Mr. Mark Womersley.
Hello.
That's you. Hi.
Yes, hello.
Still just dribbling. It's exactly the same weather as it was when we saw you on Saturday.
Yes, it's very consistently here. Thank you.
Yeah. How's have you been out in your garden? It looks lovely out there.
I haven't been out in that garden. I haven't been out in my garden because it's cold and horrible.
Well, then
Really?
you've got your windows wide open.
I know it's very, very, very confusing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd just like to say I only got fooled once today.
Okay.
What
What happened?
As far as I know. Well, I won't mention her by name, but it's my sister. She told me that her husband had left her, and
Oh my
forgetting
God.
what date it was today, I kind of went all, sympathetic.
Yeah,
little-
you would.
little brother. Yeah, but she was just making fun at my
Oh my
expense,
God.
so
Oh my God.
That's quite
it was-
serious.
it
That's
was
not
just-
a prank, is it? That's like
it was just like we were children again, and I'd be the the wrong end of her.
yeah.
The wrong end of her.
You've
Leave
been
that
the
there,
wrong end
love
of
you.
her sharp
Her.
wit.
Yes, well,
How long
Maybe.
did she leave it for? Did she like tell you straight away because presumably you were quite concerned. You were like, oh my God,
yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry.
she
Or did you
she
just
left-
laugh? I don't know
she
what your
left me
relationship
hanging for only about an hour, but
an hour.
yeah.
Jesus.
God.
That's
Um,
hardcore fooling. Are you gonna any plans to get her back? You gonna save it up?
No, no, I wasn't, because I'm still not 100% sure it wasn't true.
Okay.
And
Wow.
and she might have suddenly gone all like, oh wow, I better, better.
So
cover it
you
up
think,
and-
oh my goodness, it might be the double whammy. Do you now regret mentioning it on a live stream
Yeah,
podcast in case?
and they may be watching now, so
Hello.
Fool-
Sorry
fooled
about
you.
your divorce.
your brother.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, that goes without saying. And on Mark's team tonight is the
Yes.
man. He's a man. He has 3 names. One of them is Scott. The next one's James. The third one is Gooch. It's Scott James Gooch.
Oh,
Yay.
How you doing, Scott James Gooch?
oh, yeah, I'm doing well, thank you. Doing
Good.
well.
In the room that we've been accustomed to seeing you in with, you've applied a visual effect to your face.
What have I?
You've got slight artistic stylization going on. You look a bit like an AHA video,
Nice.
tiny bit. How's your lockdown going? You having fun?
Yeah, having fun. Just started the this poetry month this month, so I'm gonna write a poem a day.
Excellent. Could you
which
give us
may
some?
or-
Could you give us a few bars off a few stanzas? A stanza? I don't know how long a stanza is. Off the top of your head, just now. About Mark, what would you like Scott to tell us a poem about? Mark's gone. Mark's not listening. No. Okay. Scott, would you do a bit of poetry?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do you a quick haiku. I'll do you a Star Trek haiku. Let's go really highbrow.
Okay. Do it.
So the continuum, smoking on a higher plane. This makes a haiku.
Was that it? I was expecting something longer. I don't know how long haikus are. It was lovely. It was absolutely beautiful. I guess that's the whole point of them, is they're quite short. Lovely stuff. That was beautiful. Mark, was that what you wanted?
Yes.
Well done. Thank you for ignoring us before. All right, there the team's met. It's only one person to meet now. I've already met him because he's defined fools for us and given us some insight into that already. But let's go just checking again with Matthew and Matthew Corner. Matthew, how are you, mate? Oh, sorry, I've muted you. Hang on.
Oh.
Hello, how are you?
I don't like being muted.
Well, you don't like much, do you?
Not really, no, to be honest.
How is it in the crate that you're in?
As you can see, I've put a rug on the wall there to make it look a bit nicer, and some guitars in the back. So it's a nice crate at the moment.
You've covered up the picture of me that I made you put up.
Yes, I did. That's the first thing I did.
Well,
I couldn't pull it down. I tried, but
no, I put it with very, very strong glue and put it behind protective perspex as if it was a Banksy, but it was not a Banksy. It was a Chrissy. Will you just promise me you'll look at it once a day?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. All right. I'm excited to do a quiz. I've had a little bit of Bailey's. That's all it takes to get me going these days. So I think we should get straight in to that which we call round one.
Sort it out.
Yeah, round one is called Sort It Out. I'm going to give my teams a conundrum, something to solve, to sort out. And we haven't got team names. How could I forget? Danny and Prerna, what is your team name?
Well, I was talking to Prerna beforehand, and she made it very clear what the name needed to be, and it was Danny Can't Sing.
Yes. For those of you watching the pre-show, Prerna, did you have anything to say? No comment. Not going to deny it. So yeah, anyone watching the pre-show would have heard the delightful Danny singing delightfully because she has the voice of an angel, and Prerna very cruelly saying, I can't remember what it was. What did you say, Prerna? Did you say "shut the fuck up, you awful human being"? Was it that? I can't remember.
Something similar.
No, it wasn't me.
It was something.
It wasn't me.
I can't.
That's a Shaggy song.
My music up above the singing.
So what was your team name, Danny?
Danny Can't Sing.
Danny Can't Sing. It's Danny Can't Sing versus Mark and Scott. What's your team name?
Yes, Scott, what did you come up with? I've forgotten.
Yeah, we discussed it at length, didn't we? About a mile and a half. So what we came up with was bacon and eggs.
Good. Okay, it's Danny Can't Sing versus Bacon and Eggs. It feels like we haven't started round one, so I'll play the jingle again.
Sort it out.
Yes, round one is Sort It Out. I'm going to give our teams a conundrum, something to sort out. And this week's question is, according to checklist.com, what steps should you take to ensure that you have a successful picnic? And we'll start with Danny Can't Sing.
Well, I thought about this, and I've always followed the same steps, basically. So,
Danny, can I just say that you haven't thought about it because you just heard the question? Anyway, carry on.
Well, I thought about this as you were saying that question.
Ah, yes.
And it just jumped right out at me because I'm an expert in picnics, and I first of all always check the news report for bears, and then I check.
Was that Bears or Bez from the Happy Mondays?
Bears.
Okay, carry on.
But my second check is Bez from the Happy Mondays, because sometimes he's just not my cup of tea.
You never know what he's up to.
And the third thing is the cup of tea. One should almost have a thermos flask that one can share.
Okay, good. Sounds like sound advice to me. Bears, Bez, and cups of tea. Prerna, what makes a good picnic in your book?
Right. So I was thinking the first step would be to wash your hands.
Yes, precedes everything at the minute. Yeah.
The second would be to shave your legs.
Mm. Is that important to be silky smooth?
Yeah, of course.
Why? Why for a picnic?
In advertisements for everything.
Okay.
And then you put your picnic body on.
Your body?
Mhm.
Someone else's body?
Just the picnic body.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a body suit or like a?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, yeah, just grab your finger foods and go wherever.
Nice. Okay. So if I turned up for a picnic and I hadn't shaved, I had very hairy legs, and I had my own body on,
Not successful picnic.
would you not picnic with me?
No.
Okay.
No, that sounds much more like a bear may have come to tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, you've got to be careful of that. Good. Thank you two. The team. Why can't I remember the other team name? Is it because I've had Bailey's? Scott, what's your team name?
Bacon, eggs.
Bacon and eggs. Any thoughts? What makes a good picnic? Maybe involving bacon and eggs. I don't know.
Well, I've been thinking since you mentioned the question a couple of minutes ago about the pests that you get at picnics. So I would take my own team of
Only if you go.
security wasps, so they could keep all the regular annoying wasps away from you. I'd also, if it was, well, depends on if you're using feet or in my case wheels, I'd have a moat around your shoes or to keep the ants so they can't climb onto you, and also a floating like picnic rug, like a magic carpet picnic rug.
A magic carpet picnic rug.
Yeah, they are real, and you can float them above the grass, and then the ants obviously can't then get up to them.
Nice.
So it's really keeping the annoying things away. So yes, and people, well, coronavirus does that as well, because you don't want, that'll keep a lot of people away.
So you really want to be floating at a height of 2 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you picnic with me if I was hairy?
Well, I have done before, so I can't say anything's changed.
Lovely, thank you. I appreciate that, mate. Scott James
Okay.
Gooch, tell us your picnic tips.
Yeah, so I would follow the advice of Yogi Bear. So you'd always dress in a really nice tie, or if you're younger, a bow tie, and then preferably bring along a picnic basket, preferably one you found in the park, and then or just avoid the park ranger.
Yeah, good advice. You, of course, famously in a previous episode of Idiot Wind, launched your restaurant, Lap It Up,
Yes.
where food was served directly on your lap in your restaurant. No tables was the high concept for that. You follow that through with a picnic? Is that just directly off your lap, or?
Oh yeah, well, I mean that's the advantage of picnics, is that you don't traditionally have a table.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's on message with your restaurant.
Yeah, it's on brand.
I'm
Lovely
not sure following through at a picnic is a really good idea, to be honest, but
It's better to do that than a restaurant.
spoils the ambience.
Join us afterwards when we'll be ranking our top 10 places where to follow through. Right, let's see if anyone has scored any points. Let's take our first proper points-worthy visit to that, which we call Matthew Corner.
Well, excitingly, we do have points.
Yes.
I say excitingly on the loosest possible definition of exciting. Danny got a point for mentioning bears.
What?
Well, make sure the area is clean with a flat surface. If it had a bear on it, it wouldn't be clean or a flat surface. So there's sort of a point there.
You are getting very good at shoehorning questions into points. I love it.
Verona got a point for put your body on, because dress accordingly is on there. And if you're, that's dressing accordingly.
Yeah, if I had to pick one answer that definitely wouldn't get points, it would be that one. But anyway, carry on.
Interestingly, Scott got a point for exactly the same thing, because dress accordingly, put on a bow tie. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that happening. And Mark also got a point for talking. I mean, there was lots of ranting about ants that I basically zoned out of, but he said pick your picnic spot, and floating above it is technically picking the spot. So that means everyone got a point, which means it was a waste of our time.
Oh, you love it when we waste time, don't we? Well done with your magic points shoehorn. It was beautiful. Lovely stuff. Matthew, would you come for a hairy picnic with me and Mark?
I would like you to let me out of this crate, but I wouldn't go on a picnic.
Not even a hairy picnic.
Definitely not a hairy picnic.
All right, okay. All right, lovely. Points scored. Everybody scored the same amount, so we literally might as well have not even bothered to do that. That's a perfect start to this April Fool's edition of Idiot Wind. Let's get on with round 2. It's the Wheel of Things. Round 2 is the Wheel of Things. We used to have a big wheel which we would spin every week, and that would decide what round we were going to do in this round. There's been a series of incidents. It's been like a little mini soap opera. It's like a shit version of the Archers, but instead of farmers, there's just like a wheel and an idiot in a flat cap. But let's go over to Matthew now and find out if he's had any luck finding out where the wheel has rolled off to. Matthew.
I have written to my local member of parliament.
Okay.
They have yet to respond.
Okay.
But I'm hoping that they will somehow manage to solve this problem.
Do you think they've got better things to do?
Absolutely not. They're not doing anything at the moment.
Not your one.
That's a very good point. Ooh, little bit of politics.
So we are still wheelless.
Okay.
However, I did just rummage around some things to see if I
God.
could make a wheel out of these things.
That's a terrifying thought.
All I found was this cowbell and drumstick.
All right. Well, roll the cowbell and let us know what round we have next.
All right. I'm just going to sort of roll it onto the floor to see what it does.
Lovely stuff.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Brackets? Is there anything in brackets?
Tell me lies. Tell me lies.
Yeah. Okay. It's tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. Brackets. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. This is one of my favorite rounds in the world. I'm very glad this has come up, particularly today on April Fool's Day, which is all about pranks and telling lies, like Mark's hilarious prank from his sister earlier. We are now going to go through our contestants one by one. Each have prepared 5 things about themselves. These are statements, maybe of fact, maybe of not true fact, which is basically a lie, isn't it? And then the opposing team is just going to try and guess how many of those statements are true and how many are false. Simple. So let's start first of all with Scott James Gooch. Scott, in your own time, could we have your 5 statements? Prerna and Danny, you're going to listen at the end. Have a conferation. I really should not have had that, Baileys. You're going to talk to each other and work out how many you think are true. Whenever you're ready, Scott James Gooch, take it away.
Okay, so I once met the Chuckle Brothers, who called me Scott of the Antarctic.
Okay.
That was 1. Number 2, I once lost a horse racing bet due to the entire track being flooded. Number 3,
Okay.
I was once accidentally part of a flash mob with Emma Watson. Number 4, one of my favourite books is George Orwell's novel 1984, a book that I have yet to finish reading. And number 5, as a teenager, I once convinced someone they didn't exist.
Okay, 5 strong. I love that you had clarified reading for 1984. They haven't finished reading, like in case people were worried that you were writing it. So there we go, Prerna and Danny. Those are your 5 statements. The question is, how many of those do you think are true?
When he was in the flash mob, Prerna, who was it he was dancing with?
Emma Watson. I don't think that's true.
Oh, okay, Emma Watson. Right. No, that's gone down my thoughts now. Where would Scott be that Emma Watson turns up?
I mean, in a flash mob.
In a flash mob.
TK Maxx. He works at TK Maxx. Maybe she popped into TK Maxx.
I mean, who? Obviously, everyone's going to be able to. I mean, obviously, that person he convinced that didn't exist probably didn't exist, right?
Yeah, I think that one's true.
What? Yeah. So you're saying that the person he convinced didn't exist actually didn't exist?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he convinced someone who didn't exist that they didn't exist.
Right. That's actually what he said.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he said that he convinced someone who didn't. He convinced someone who did exist that they didn't exist.
Oh, well, in that. Oh, okay.
Maybe he convinced an imaginary friend that he didn't exist.
Okay, that's totally possible.
Oh man, that poor imaginary friend. Harsh dose of reality.
I reckon Scott's a Chuckle Brothers
Enthusiast.
yeah, and could definitely be at the end of a pier when the Chuckle Brothers goes past. So what do you think?
What are you gonna say to me?
I think the flash mob thing is not true. What do you think?
Let's have a number. I'm going to push you for a number out of 5.
I think the convincing someone that they did not exist is true, and probably one more.
All right. Okay, so
Let's have a number.
Number
What's
3
your
is
guess?
not true.
So
hang
you think
on.
4 are true?
Oh,
we want the
see.
number out of 5 that you think. How many out of those 5 do you think are true?
I think 3 are true.
3 out of 5. Scott, how many out of 5 were true?
3 are true.
3 out of 5. Prana and Danny get it right. Okay, did they have the right one, Scott?
Yeah. So the Chuckles Brothers one is true.
Nice.
The horse racing one is false. The Emma Watson one is of course false.
Oh, I was hoping that'd be true.
Yeah, I know. Shame. I mean, it might be true in the future. Who knows?
It would be in breach of your restraining order, wouldn't it, Scott?
I mean, there's a special clause. It's fine.
For flash mobs. Yeah, that's how
Flash mobs.
restraining orders normally work.
Yes.
Yeah, I should clarify that all of the statements that you're making about things that have happened in your past, not the future. Sorry, carry on, Scott.
Yes, of course. 1984 book. I've listened to it on Audible. Other streaming services are available, but I haven't finished reading the book itself.
Okay, lovely stuff. Oh, right, let's move straight on. We might have to pick up the pace in this round. I've suddenly realized that we've got 4 to get through. Next, we're going to the delightful Prana and Naja. Prana, would you like to give us your 5 statements? Scott and Mark, listen carefully.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I have always dreamt of going to US.
Okay.
I have eaten a sandwich in Sandwich.
Lovely.
I have jumped in a well.
Oh,
I speak 4 languages.
okay.
Oh, I forgot the 5th one.
And one more. I think that could be your 5th one if you want, that you forgot the 5th one.
Alvaro shouting from there, reminding me what I was supposed to say. Yeah, just go with the 4.
So your 5th one is that you've forgotten the 5th one. That's great. Okay. So Scott and Mark, I think one of those might be true.
No, I think that one's a lie.
Double bluff.
So yeah, 5 is obviously true. What do you reckon?
Well, I think the languages one is definitely true as well.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I reckon she's jumped in a well.
Okay.
She looks like the sort.
Yeah, exactly. He's so confident about it. I imagine she has jumped in a well.
I mean, have you ever been to wells next to sea?
Oh, clever.
And then jumped.
I'm not sure that would.
No, okay.
So
we haven't got time to digress.
How many?
I think. Do you think the sandwich in Sandwich is true?
Ooh, no. I reckon it's 4 out of 5, and I think that's the one that's false.
Hey,
I'll go.
You
with
are
that,
the team captain.
I don't think the well one is true.
The team captain, you can overrule.
Because you wouldn't come out of it well.
I mean, it's a long way down. You'd like break your back or something.
Possibly.
There tends to be water in a well.
I'd say 3.
Are you going for 3?
I'm going for 3. Sorry, Scott.
Okay, Mark's overruling Scott and saying that 3 of those statements were true. Prana, how many of those statements were true?
The well one was true.
Bugger,
one was true, and the 5th one was true. So 3 straight and
3. Still get it right though, Marco. Well done. Good work, Prana. All right, now we move over to, so both correct so far. Good work, teams. Now we go over to Danny O'Hara. Danny, what are your 5 statements? Again, Scott and Mark, how many of these are true?
So I was once at a bank manager's meeting to talk about a loan, and when I got my pencil out, I managed to flick out a sanitary towel that landed on his lap.
Definitely true.
I once had a nosebleed in the back of my car on the way to holiday. My mum gave me a tampon to put up my nose to stop the bleeding.
Yours are themed.
There's a theme.
I My friend and I fell on arriving onto a bus at the back, and our bags opened up, and all our belongings rolled all to the bottom, which included 2 tampons and a sanitary towel, and a condom. And I once put a tampon in whilst I was at the bus stop.
Okay, is that 5?
There was one more.
One more. I'm all braced for the last tampon related fact from Danny. What's the last one?
We're being sanitised.
It says that was at the bank, the bus stop, the nose, the shop.
Bank, bus stop, nose shop. One more. Is there one more, or do you want your 5th one to be that you can't remember your 5th one?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had said 5. No. There was a sanitary towel one. Yes, surprise, surprise. Yes, I think. Okay, so also the sanitary. There is a theme. It seems like it's an under talked about part of a lady's life and man's life.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely, I'm very, very happy to talk about it. Do you have a?
Oh yes, sorry. Okay,
right.
So
Okay.
So the last one is one. I was at the chiropractor once, and I had my gown on, and I was edging towards the table when I realised that my sanitary towel was stuck to the inner thigh, and I had. I had to jog backwards and pretend I had forgotten to take my socks off.
Okay. Well, five incredible facts or not there from Danny. Mark and Scott, very much over to you.
Yeah, Scott, I'll let you lead with this one.
Whatever Mark goes with.
I mean, you can just give me a number if you want. If you
4.
feel uncomfortable.
Let's go 4.
Yeah, let's go 4.
Do you want to discuss?
We're all
do you want
4,
to discuss
yeah,
any of
we're
them?
going 4.
Do you want to talk through any of them? Have a little chat.
We're good.
I think the bus one was probably a lie.
Okay.
Which
Yeah,
one? The one at the bus stop or the bus dropping back?
I just said a bus one. I can't elaborate. All right, we'll go with that.
All right, going for 4. I think you're right, Danny. I think people find this topic difficult to talk about.
Can I just say these words, boys? Vagina and period. So I've just said it now.
Okay, I think we've just been taken off Facebook. I'm joking, Danny. They said 4. Were 4 of those correct?
4 of them were correct. Yes.
Oh, well done, Scott and Mark. Which one was the incorrect one?
The incorrect one was that it was not me that had a nosebleed and had a tampon stuck up their nose. It was actually my friend Helen, and she's never forgotten it. We were 17.
I think it works.
And we arrived at that airport in that state.
Wow. Astonishing. Lovely. Thank you very much, Danny, for your facts. Now we go over for the final one. Everyone has got this correct so far. I cannot believe this. So Prerna and Danny, you're now guessing. Mark's going to give 5 statements. The question is, how many of these are true? Over to you, Mark.
Okay, number 1, I definitely don't have a green screen behind me. Number 2, I actually have got 2 cats that are called Corona and Virus. Number 3, I once met Bruce Forsyth just after he'd broken his arm. Number 4, when my dog was a puppy, it pulled a tampon out of a social worker's handbag. And number 5, I used to play for a Premier League football club.
Okay, Prerna and Danny, what are your thoughts?
Well,
He's got a cat and a dog both.
yeah, but
2 cats, one called Corona, one called Virus.
I mean, that is the type of thing I think Mark would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure about, what was it? There was the green screen.
He hasn't got a green screen behind him.
That's
Okay.
not true.
So that comes down to whether you think that he's gone between his back garden and a desert island in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. So what was the next one? The next one was,
Played for a professional football team,
okay, I think that's
a Premier
true.
League team.
I mean, are we calling Norwich City a Premier football?
They are a Premier League team. You might want to look at Mark's window right now. Actually, people at home are not seeing that. Let me just. Oh, good damn you!
And then, so there was the tampon, which I think, obviously, I think the dog could definitely have done that.
Were you the social worker? Okay, let's have this round has gone for long enough. Let's have your guess.
3.
I think
Right.
3.
Prana saying 3, Danny saying 3. Mark, how many of those were correct?
3.
Yay!
Oh my goodness! Wow, everybody, full marks scored there. Mark, which were the 2 that were incorrect?
The what? 2 that were incorrect, or the 3
Yeah.
that were correct? The cats.
No
I haven't
cats.
got cats.
Okay.
And the green screen, because
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cool.
Um,
Everybody. So you played for a Premier League football team? Was it?
Yes,
Was it?
it was Norwich City Power Chair Football Club, and we were in the Premier League.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
And yes, and Brucey broke his arm. And
did you break Brucey's arm?
no, it was just after he had it in a cast, but it was his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Oh, he's dead.
He's dead.
All right. Everybody scored top points there, and Matthew, you know what that means. This round was.
It was a total waste of our time, especially since so far both teams are completely tied, having got full points for everything. So we just wasted like 2 rounds of our lives.
Yeah, but we've had fun, haven't we?
Well, some of you may have.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. Okay, we are moving on. This is the live streamed April Fool's special of Idiot Wind, and we are delighted to have you if you are watching us. If you would like to support the show, we'd love that. We normally make podcasts. We are doing live streams because of the apocalypse, and we'll keep going with these, at least one a week, one on a Saturday afternoon at 1400 hours, UTC +1. And if that makes sense to anyone, UTC is the, like, I don't know if normal people use it as a sort of a geeky thing. It's like GMT really, but there's a difference that I can't remember.
UTC replaced GMT because the rest of the world got a bit arsy about us using Greenwich as the centre of everything.
Right, so it's like the universal time constant, or yeah.
So the officially recognised one, yes.
UK time, anyway, is what we're trying to say.
Not universal taco counter.
It's not that, no.
Oh.
Come and join us Saturday afternoons, UK time for that. And we'll do sometimes one on a Wednesday as well, like today. If you'd like to support us, please do, because we love doing these. We'd love to make more. You can look up here. You can go to ko-fi.com/idiotwind, and you can just chuck us a quid or whatever you would like to. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine. Just keep watching, and we'd love you to do that as well. But if you can spare us a bit of money, ko-fi.com/idiotwind. Matthew's going to put it into the chat. All right, it's time to get on with the quiz, and it's time for round 3. Yes, round 3 is called What the Fuck. We have got some bizarre news stories involving idiots and fools from around the world. You all need buzzing noises for this, so let's just get your buzzing noises. Scott, your buzzer's going to sound like this. Okay, Prana, how are you going to buzz? Lovely. Mark?
Boing.
And Danny?
Ding dong.
Oh, these are all quite sensible this week. How nice.
Oh,
all right, let's go
mine,
with...
actually.
Sorry?
Mine sounds a bit too much like Prana's, so shall I have a new one?
Okay, have a new one.
Okay, tampon.
Just use the one that sounds like Prana's. No. Okay, great.
You're a
question...
high five right now. Like high five.
All right. Question 1. What excuse did Canadian driver Matt Brownlee give for drunk driving in Ottawa in 2006? Prana.
That he was too drunk.
No? Anyone else?
Tampon.
Danny.
That he had someone in the hospital who was giving birth and he needed to get there, and that person was his wife, even though he wasn't married.
No. Anyone else?
Mark? Was he riding a moose?
No. Scott?
Was the car too sober?
No, it wasn't. In fact, he wasn't really driving. Shania Twain was driving it through him via telepathy. Okay. Question 2. Why did a cleaner throw away an exhibit by German artist Gustav Metzger at Tate Britain? Why?
Tampon.
Danny?
Because it was an empty crisp packet.
I'll give you that. It was rubbish. It was a bag of rubbish. Yeah.
Oh.
Question 3. What unusual method did Canadian Brandy Elliott get a ticket? This is a badly written question. Via which unusual method did Canadian Brandy Elliott get a ticket for Elton John's 2002 performance in Regina in New Zealand?
Tam.
Mark?
Was he speeding? So they gave him a ticket.
No, it wasn't that, Danny.
Tampon.
No, it wasn't. Oh, sorry. It's your buzzer.
Is she saying tampon?
She is saying tampon, yes.
through a singing a person that sings on the doorstep. I can't remember what they're called.
A singing telegram.
Telegram.
That was Elton John.
Yeah. Well, no, it was the person giving the ticket of the singing John.
Singing John?
That makes sense.
A singing Johnogram.
A singing Johnogram. Yeah.
No, Danny, it doesn't make sense, but it's glorious. We love it anyway. No, Scott.
Was he Elton John impersonator, and so impersonated Elton John in order to get in?
No. Anyone else?
Boing.
Mark.
It was Elton John.
It wasn't Elton John. Prana's forgotten
It
the
was
question.
Reg Dwight.
Prana, doesn't matter that you've forgotten the question. Have a guess. Use a generic answer.
He was a beggar. 'Cause, like, you know, in India, you have beggars who would like go and ask for money while singing. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
No, the answer is in fact that she collected 38,000 grasshoppers. So a New Zealand radio station had a competition. A radio station called Z99 had a competition, and they were giving away an Elton John ticket to whoever could collect the most grasshoppers in a week,
They're
which
not
is
alive,
probably like animal cruelty, right?
but
Yeah.
but dead, not
what-
alive.
Presumably dead.
But did they kill them?
I
I mean-
don't know. I guess they like put them in a box or whatever.
Or
Yeah.
maybe they made like a grasshopper farm or something.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with the version that's nice. I don't think it was. I think that she got 38,000 grasshoppers rammed into the boot of her car, drove to the radio station, they gave her a ticket.
Oh my God! Imagine actually trying to count them. Their legs fall off and all sorts.
Yeah, who counted them? I mean, what a ridiculous competition.
I
Stay
mean,
tuned. Sorry, Scott.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed by that. A radio station has used this con in order to start up a grasshopper milk farm.
Okay, let's move on. Question 4. Staff at the Museum of Southampton got into trouble for the treatment of a valuable Egyptian artifact dating back 2,700 years. But what had they what use had they found for it?
People
Boing.
Prana?
to clean the floor.
No. Mark?
Boing. Doorstop.
No.
Tampon.
No. Oh, sorry. Yes, Danny?
Ew. They were putting their straws in it.
No, it was in fact a cycle rack. They were using it as a cycle rack. Okay, and question 5. What unfortunate error cast a shadow over the unveiling of a beautiful new plaque at a Florida event marking Martin Luther King Day in 2002?
Boing.
Mark?
Donald Trump.
No. Any other guesses? An unfortunate error cast a shadow over an unveiling of a beautiful plaque.
Boing.
Mark?
It wasn't blue.
No, I don't know what color it was.
Tampon.
Danny?
It didn't say Martin Luther King.
No, but it
Boing.
didn't. But it wasn't supposed to. Mark?
Oh, I was going to say they forgot the junior.
No. Scott?
Was the shadow of Martin Luther King Sr.?
No. It was in fact. So this plaque was meant to honor the actor James Earl Jones, but instead they'd created the plaque wrong. They'd printed it wrong, or however you create plaques, and it was to pay tribute to James Earl Ray, who was the man who killed Martin Luther King.
Oh my God.
It said, "Thank you, James Earl Ray, for keeping the dream alive." Awkward.
Oops.
All right, that brings us to the
Wow.
end of round 3. Over to Matthew Corner to see what the exciting scores are.
The deadlock is finally broken. We have bacon and eggs on 4, and Danny can't sing but can talk a lot about tampons on 5.
Yay!
All right, the tampons are winning. Let's get on with round 4. Oh man, I haven't put the jingle in the right place. I'm going to seamlessly vamp while I hunt for the jingle. I can't do that. I can't do 2 things at once.
I could tell more stories about sanitary towels and tampons.
No.
Mark,
No,
have you got
no.
anything?
Oh, I see.
You could go to an advert break.
Mark,
Yes.
will you do an ad read for us?
Oh, what ad read?
Yeah. Oh, it's all right. I
okay.
found it. No, go on.
Oh,
Do
good.
us an ad read. We'll be back with round 4 after this message.
Because you're worth it.
I mean, that's someone else's advert.
Yes, but I didn't want to mention names
Okay, seamless.
because
All
I'm
right.
worth it. That's it. Because I'm worth it.
Are
I'm
you,
worth
though?
it.
Yeah, I'm struggling to realize that. All right, it's time to go to Matthew Corner.
Maybe you've got Matthew. If you didn't bring Matthew, feel free to grab Matthew.
Matthew, what have you got for us this week, mate?
Well, thinking of the theme of fools, only a fool would disagree with this next round's general theme, which is the round is called Give Them an Inch and They'll Take a Kilometre. So in 1795, France adopted the metric system, which is by far the best system for measuring and doing anything whatsoever. And what we've got for you is a list of other countries that have adopted the metric system, and you just have to list them in order from oldest to most recent. Simple.
Simple.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did not. I switched off. I think.
Do you want me to put the thing up, Matthew? I'm not going to put a thing up, Matthew. Sorry.
If you can put the list up, if everyone understood that except Danny, then good. And Danny just rearranged the countries a bit.
That wasn't patronising in the least, was it?
Okay, so who goes first, Matthew?
I honestly don't care.
Matthew, okay. All right, who'd like to have a bash at this
anyone.
first? So they're putting them in order of...
The earliest country to adopt the metric system at the top and the newest country to adopt the metric system at the bottom.
This is high octane quizzing. If you could just, calm these rounds down a bit for next week, because I think that this is a little bit too exciting. Who'd like to go first? I mean, form an orderly queue.
Tampon.
Okay.
Danny.
Is this a team thing?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
So-
say that.
It better be.
Okay. So Prana, let's go one by one. Shall we
The best
say?
way.
Do we think that? Who do you think goes first? Who did it first?
Japan.
Japan. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Japan. Then I say Belgium,
And then I say St. Louis.
and then I'll say Norway,
What's left?
Brazil, and Ireland.
Brazil and Ireland.
Brazil and
And
then Ireland. Yeah.
okay, that's the order we're doing.
All right. Lovely stuff. All right. Sorry, I had Matthew spotlight that entire time. We just saw Matthew. Oh, right. So, Matt, do you want the other team to guess before you give the answers? Yes.
Yeah,
That's probably a good idea, isn't it?
Otherwise, the other team will definitely win.
Over to you, Marco.
Right, Scott, are you ready?
Yeah.
We're taking
Yeah.
turns, like they did.
Okay.
That seemed to be a really good way of doing it. I'd say Ireland first.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I would then go with St. Lucia because I'm assuming France probably owned them at some point.
Okay, Japan.
Yeah. Then I'll go Brazil.
Okay, I'll go Norway.
Okay.
Belgium.
Yeah, and then Belgium.
And Belgium. Sorry, I just drifted off to a better place just then for a second. Good. I think both teams have given answers. Well, if the audience are anything like me, then they've been glued to their seat this entire round. Otherwise, they'd have got up and left. Matthew, what are the answers?
Well, the closest team was Danny Can't Sing. They were both completely off, but just Danny Can't Sing was just slightly less off. It is Belgium first because they're next to France, so they just, popped over the border and said, here you go. Then Brazil, then Norway, Japan, Ireland, and St. Lucia didn't adopt it till 2005. So they were, still imperial, whatever they had until then.
Yeah, well, there we go.
I thought you meant reverse order.
You'd still lose,
Yeah.
Mark.
I thought you meant not
Wrong
the order,
order.
random order.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I-
okay.
can Can I
Scott,
just
please.
apologise to Saint Lucia for implying that France owned them at some point?
I think that they were a French colony, weren't they, Saint Lucia?
Yeah, but I mean, they might not have owned them. I don't know. We'll let the
po-
lawyers sort that one out.
Yeah, we'll get our legal team onto that. Don't you worry. Well, I mean, if anyone needs to take a little bit of a break after that round, I could completely understand it. But for those that can cope with moving on, let's go on to. Oh, let's just check on the scores before we get to the final round.
Yeah, it's now Danny Contain on 6 and Bacon and Eggs falling behind on only 4.
Okay, only 2 points in it. Is it going to be the bacon? Is it going to be the female hygiene products? We can only find out by playing round 5.
Questions.
Oh, right. Our final round tonight is questions. Everybody on the buzzers with the buzzing sound effects that we have already established. I probably didn't need to say that. So it's exciting. Let's do it. Let's ask questions. I do the asking. You answer them. Question 1. Which Stephen?
Boing.
Prana?
I, Steven.
No. Mark?
Merchant.
No. Scott?
Stephen Wright.
No. Danny?
Tampon.
Yes, Danny?
Stephen Davis.
No, was in fact Spielberg. Question 2. How many trees are there in the world? This world, the one that we live in.
Tampon.
Danny?
More now that we can't cut them down because we're all stuck inside.
That's probably true. Have a point. Anyone else?
Uh-uh.
Scott?
Twice as many as half the amount.
Technically, yes, can't fault that. Have a point. Anyone else? Is that a buzz, Bryna?
Yeah. The same amount as the population of India.
Which is?
I don't know. Million, billion.
A million, billion. No, I can't give you that.
Boing.
Mark?
823 million.
No, the answer is in fact 3 trillion. Can you believe that? There's more trees than there are stars in the galaxy. Question 3. That was just an interesting question. I do slip them in occasionally. Question 3. For April Fool's 2018, what did Google claim they were going to start doing to free up disk space on users' machines?
Tampon.
Danny?
Remove all files.
No. I'll give you half a point. Scott?
Getting rid of Yahoo.
No. Anyone else? Anyone else want to guess? Every little guess. Every guess.
Boing.
Mark?
Were they going to delete some stuff that was not necessarily
Yes,
to be keeping,
which was
specifically 2017 April Fool's jokes.
Oh, you said the word jokes. I'm going to give you that. Delete all bad jokes is what they were going to do. But it was a joke. Question 4. Who is this?
More entertainment can be found in watching the recent antics of a yellow Volkswagen than this pile of rusted iron.
Who was that?
Boing.
Mark?
Will Gompertz.
No.
Anyone else?
People.
Prana?
Matt.
Oh, interesting. Existential.
Technically, that is correct, I suppose.
You better give you a point. Yeah.
Just half a point.
Half a point. Anyone else?
Boing.
Mark?
Jon Snow.
No, it was actually happened 1, 2, 3, 4 on their Amazon review of Avengers Endgame.
All right. Question 5. When is this?
It's going to be a great year.
When was that?
People.
Prana?
Now.
Close.
Close. Anyone else?
Boing.
Mark?
December 31st, 2019.
Well, I was actually thinking of it after midnight, but yeah, that's close enough.
Oh, well done. Gets a point. Okay, question 6. What would you do with a splaid? That's SPLAYD. What would you do with a splaid?
Boing.
Mark?
Keep your legs wide apart. Wide apart.
Very good.
Is that
Danny, just?
No, I didn't.
No, Scott.
Is it a tool for digging graves once you killed them with the other end?
I'll give you half a point. It's a multi-use tool. Anyone else?
Yes.
Tetanus?
Tampon.
Tampon, Danny.
It's a fusion of a spade and a lathe.
A lathe and a spade. I love that, but it's not that. It is, in fact, an Australian invention. It's a spork, which also has a knife edge. So it's a spoon, a fork, and a knife all in one. Question 7. What is this if you look at your screens? What's that?
People.
Perna?
A pistachio bread.
No. Anyone else?
Boing.
Mark?
Is it a portion of Shrek's dinner suit? It's tough.
No.
Tampon.
Danny?
Is it what come out of my nose earlier?
No.
Uh-uh.
Scott?
Is it the conceptual shape of the universe?
No, it's not. It is, in fact, avocado on a stick. A stick of avocado that you can just rub on toast. As we can't leave the house, you can get that crushed avocado on toast feeling by ordering the stick of avocado, or just use it as a deodorant, I would think. Maybe. Okay, question 8. Complete this truly terrible joke. Today, I gave my dead batteries away.
Batteries away.
Today, I gave my dead batteries away.
Boing.
Mark?
I've been charged with desertion.
No. Anyone?
Ping pong.
Prana?
Fly away, fly away, fly away.
It's good, but it's not the one. No, they were free of charge.
That's truly bad.
Yeah, I did warn you. Okay, question 9. What is the average lifespan of the Greenland shark?
Tampon.
Danny?
3 days.
No.
Boing.
Mark?
21 years.
No.
People.
Prana?
300 years.
I'll give you that. It's 272 years. Although some of them live till 500. Question 10 and the final question of the quiz. What error did chicken company Purdue make when translating their slogan, "It takes a strong man to make a tender chicken"? When they translated that into Spanish, what went wrong with that? It takes a strong man to make a tender chicken. Prana?
I imagine instead of Pojo, they must have done like Poja and like that's a dick.
Okay.
Must have done something like that because one is chicken and the other one's a penis.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so tampon.
Danny?
Takes a strong man to make a tender penis.
No, it's not that. The word chicken does seem to have made it, actually, in fairness. Anyone else want to guess? No, no one does. Scott?
It takes a strong chicken to make a dick.
It takes a strong chicken to make a dick. No, it is, in fact. Mark?
No, it's all right. You carry on. I was going to lower the tone.
Please do. I mean, I think Prana already has.
Well, it's along the same lines. It takes a big cock to make a small man.
Was, in fact, it takes an aroused man to make a chicken affectionate.
Oh, that's
That's actually factual.
Speaking from personal experience. Lovely stuff. Well, that brings us to the end of the 5th round and indeed tonight's April Fool's special edition of Idiot Wind. So all that remains is to go over to Matthew and see what the final scores are. Matthew.
Well, Bacon and Eggs put up a good fight, but they just lost. They just weren't as good. They got less points, only 6. And Danny Can't Sing got 9. So
hey, well done, Danny Can't Sing.
That's our first win.
How are you going to say whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking hell. You've been on a lot of shows. That's your first one. So this is special. How are you going to celebrate, Dan?
Wow. I'm on my period, so I'll probably have to do a little bit of checking, if things are okay. That end. How about you, Prana?
It's not.
You sent me the period wipes. I'm on my periods too, so it felt very nice.
Yeah, the breasts are a bit tender, but I think, a glass of wine.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good. I have some wine.
Well, have a lovely time. It sounds like you're going to have a lovely time period. Mark and Scott, how are you going to celebrate your loss?
Well, I'm going to dump Scott.
Wow.
It's only fair.
It's true. We will be back on Saturday at 1400 UTC +1 for another episode of Idiot Wind. Mark and Danny will be back as team captains, and they will indeed have dumped Scott and Prona. But Scott and Prona, thank you ever so much for playing. I'm sure you will be back again soon. It's been lovely having you. Remember, if you want to see this show carry on and perhaps even get better, who knows if that's even possible, go to ko-fi.com/idiotwind and chuck us a quid if you can possibly spare it. But tonight, that's it for now. Thank you to Scott James Gooch, to Prona Anaja, to Mark Womersley, to Danny O'Hara, and of course, the delightful Matthew. Any final words, Matthew?
Final words.
With that, we'll see you next time we play Idiot Wind. Lovely. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Thank you, everybody, for watching on the live stream. We appreciate it. If anyone wants to play games, we're going to be on Twitch at Twitch.com/Idiot Wind Show. We're going to hang out there for an hour and we're going to play some online games. Anyone in the audience is welcome to join. I'm going to have a little short toilet break, but this stream will carry on. Guests, I don't know if you're hanging around, but thank you for doing this. If you want to hang around and play, then you're very welcome as well. Cool. So the Facebook stream will end shortly, but we will carry on YouTube and Twitch.com/Idiot Wind Show. Idiot Stream Show? Idiot Wind Show. Thank you. Thank you, Facebook. Goodbye, Facebook. Everyone say goodbye to Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. That was fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Appreciate it. How's your butt, Prana?
Yeah, I could use a bit of walking and food.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
We're eating very late because of the whole quarantine. We just don't know about the time anymore.
Time doesn't mean anything anymore, does it? Are you're gonna play Jackbox games on Friday night? Yeah, cool.
Yes, I found maybe some other friends of mine are also going to join us.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I've added a couple as well. We might end up with loads, but it'll be all right.
We'll
won't
probably
it?
have to start doing the games night more often.
Yeah. Divide it into groups. No, Isha's very welcome to back, but yeah. All right, well, brilliant. Well, we'll see you then. Thank you for doing tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye,
See you
everyone.
soon.
Bye.
See you wine then.
Yeah.
I'm off as well.
Bye, Mark.
Thanks for playing, Mark. Nice to see
Bye-bye.
you.
Mark.
See ya.
If I can work out how to leave. How do I leave? Oh yeah,
Sorry.
leave meeting.
Please leave.
It still says live on the stream.
That's because we still are. I've only killed
okay.
Facebook. We're still live on YouTube and Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Live on
Bye,
Danny's face.
bye everybody.
Bye, Mark.
Bye bye.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
I think I'll probably go as well, actually. Oh,
Fair enough.
I'm suddenly very yawny.
But not suddenly. You were at the start of the show.
Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, what are you playing? Twitch.
Jackbox.
Jackbox.
Twitch isn't a game, Danny. Twitch is a streaming platform.
What time is it?
20:38.
It's
Am
half
I
past
right?
eight. My God, I'm so tired.
Time has stopped meaning anything. Prana was right.
Yeah.
I'll probably
Not for
kill-
everyone, it hasn't.
No, that's true. Actually, how are you doing with the whole working thing?
Nothing's changed. Still going in, still working, still coming home. Life
Yeah.
is normal, really.
Yeah.